Hey, what's up guys and girls? So today we're gonna cover Wraith. And from what I've seen, Wraith seems to be a bit of a problem for a lot of people. But actually using her in the right way is rewarding and she's a lot of fun to play. I don't need to get this video to 10 minutes, you're not gonna find that bullshit content with me here. I'm only talking about the character itself and the guide. So without further ado, let's jump right into it and let me show you how it's done. Wraith has 3 abilities just like any other legend. Her first ability, her passive, Voices from the Void, well, this one is simple, but a lot of people choose to ignore it. Basically, it's like a Spider-Man sensor.
My spider senses are starting to tingle.
Warning you someone is aiming at you or danger is approaching or something like that. Usually when I hear that sound, I take cover behind an object, because if you don't, you might get shot in the face, and nobody wants that. There's not much else to say about this ability other than pay attention to it and take cover if you don't see the enemy. When it comes to her second ability, this is where it gets fun. Her second ability, called Into the Void, makes you invulnerable to attacks during that time. However, it does not mean the enemy can't see you. You basically turn into a small blue ball that is actually easy to spot. But this ability comes in very handy in team fights. If you are, for example, stuck in one place and can't get to your teammates, you can use this ability to escape out of a sticky situation or move from out in the open into cover without getting damage. Now there is a bit of confusion about this ability, but let me clarify this. This is not your enemy. That is the furthest point you can travel with your ability, and before I forget, there's also a brief delay before you can actually use this ability, so make sure you press that button in time, otherwise you're gonna get whooped. But using this ability is one thing, but using it right is another thing. Since you're not able to see your enemy while using this ability, you kinda have to guess their trajectory to pop up behind them without getting shot in the face. And this is why I don't use this ability when I'm face to face with an enemy, unless I really have to try and escape. The best way, in my opinion, to use this ability is to creep up behind your enemy while not being seen. Her third ability, Dimensional Rift, links 2 locations together and provides some sort of tunnel. Now, you and your teammates, but also your enemies, can travel through that. This can be used to help down teammates, flank enemies, and possibly even bait them into a trap. But the best use, in my opinion, is to flank your enemies. That is something you as Wraith should do a lot. A lot of people don't know this, but you can actually use your ultimate ability, Dimensional Rift, and combine it with Into the Void to get your teammates and yourself out of sticky situations. Now before we go into some tactical movements and decisions, I would like to say that in my opinion, and keep in mind it's just my opinion, a Peacekeeper is kind of a must-have for this character, since you will be in the face of your enemies quite a lot. I actually forgot to mention this in my last video for Bloodhound, but my personal favorite combo for these 2 characters is a Prowler with a hop-up and a Peacekeeper. Prowler is probably the most underrated gun in this game for some reason. I like it even without a hop-up, but with the hop-up, it's just a beast. But anyways, let's jump into the tactics section to show you 1 or 2 examples of how to use Wraith in team fights. Okay, this clip is from the end of a match. You can ignore the misses. Missing on purpose, is just a suppression that I did there. Yeah, nice excuses, doggy. But the important thing to notice is what I do now. If we pause that for a second, and I'm using Rift to create a tunnel from one end to the other, because there's no other escape route for them if you take a look at the map. So me setting up this tunnel provides more pressure on our side, so we can pressure them from both sides, and the enemy is gonna bait out some bullets with a double. But as soon as he does that, I turn around and I run to my portal and run the other way. So they probably think, okay, we're all gonna jump out from the same side, but no, I turn around. Well, it was a bit of a bad timing because the ring was closing anyways, and it's hurting like a motherfucker at the end. But it worked out. So my teammates are keeping them busy while I make my way around them, and I take out one enemy, and then the other. I mean, yeah, sometimes I do miss sometimes, especially with the Peacekeeper, especially when they jump around like that. But the important thing is I set up a flanking position for us and I moved around, and the only better thing would be if my teammates actually would have helped and went in the, because that could have gone horribly wrong as well. But yeah, if you're playing with random people, that's what you expect, and well, whatever. Okay, so the next clip is a short one, and we just finished the team fight and we got ambushed by another team on top of the hill. So they got the higher ground.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground.
So I'm using my portal to create a flanking position. So basically me and another squad member are flanking them while the other one is distracting them and providing cover. And we just pick him off one by one, and that's it. This is exactly how you should use Wraith in a team fight. And here's another short clip of me flanking the enemy. I know the enemy is somewhere behind this tree, so I set up a portal and use Into the Void and get behind them. And as you can see, the enemy doesn't see me and he's easy picking. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, like always, I'll see you guys in my next video.